Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 1986 classic horror Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. The film is co-written and directed by Tom McLaughlin, and it stars Tom Matthews, Jennifer Cook, David Kagan, Kerry Noonan, Rennie Jones, and CJ Graham as Jason. Right, this time round we have Tommy, who returns in this film, and after the lows, in my opinion, of the last film, where Jason doesn't even make an appearance, they decided, if you like, to go back to the roots of the franchise and bring Jason back, mainly due to a fan backlash. And they, to be fair, in my opinion, they kind of brought him back in style in this one. I quite enjoyed this one. So we've got Tommy at the beginning of the film who does something that's probably not the smartest thing in the world. He goes to Jason's grave. He's already dead and buried, but he decides to dig him up and set fire to him because, he wants to make sure he's dead. But in actual fact, he unwittingly brings Jason back to life because he stabs him with a metal pole, it gets struck by lightning, and then lo and behold, Jason lives. And it is the fully fledged supernatural, if you like, version of Jason. The unkillable, even though it's been pretty unkillable in the other ones, he's always had that air of that he's like a human, if you like, just a different kind of human, whereas in this one he is fully fledged supernatural unstoppable force. So he rises up, and then it is up to Tommy to convince the locals that Jason is back and they need to do something about it. Right, what are my thoughts on Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives? Well, as I mentioned, I do think this is definitely a return to form for the franchise. I thought this was pitched differently in a sense of it's fully fledged tongue-in-cheek stuff in this one for large parts of the film. The tone is fun. They've kind of accepted the direction of the franchise with this one, fully embraced it, and had a bit of fun with it, which I enjoyed. I mean, some of the humour in the earlier ones felt out of place to me because the tone of the films didn't feel like it suited it. This time round, you're in no doubt about the tone of this film because you even get a James Bond inspired opening. And what I mean by that is you get Jason walking on in Jason's reflection in his eyes like James Bond, and then throwing his machete rather than shooting the gun like James Bond. And it's inspired. It's a lot of fun, and it literally sets its stall out as to what you're going to expect for the rest of this film. And it is a film not to be taken seriously, but to absolutely enjoy. For me, this is arguably the best version of Jason I've seen on screen so far in these films that I've watched leading up to Part 6. Some of the others felt awkward. It was almost like the filmmakers didn't really know what to do with Jason, how to make him walk, how to make him move. And this time he's slow, he's methodical, machine-like. It's the Jason that, I remember the most, sort of thing, and it's for me my favourite version of Jason that I've seen so far in these movies. Some of the kills, as you would expect in a Friday the 13th film, inventive, fun. They didn't feel overly gory, if you like, or shocking, and I suppose that's where the tone of the film, if you like, harms a film like this, because it's the kills are somewhat more humorous. A lot of them, you've got these poor saps running around the forest playing paint guns, and they get taken out by Jason in increasingly comedic fashion. One of them, he grabs his arm and flings him into a tree. His face goes into the tree, and it he falls off, and there's like a smiley face with blood all over it, and he's still got the guy's arm in his hand, sort of thing. So it, the tone, if you like, the humour kind of removes the shock aspect of the kills. However, I do think it deserves a little bit of credit, this film, because very few times in this film, certainly in the first three quarters of the film, maybe, did I feel any real fear or tension or anything like that. It was more, I was certainly engaged and entertained, but not scared or feeling any tension in any way. And then the conclusion of the film, the last 15, 20 minutes or so, they, for the first time ever, I think, in one of these Friday the 13th films, with the camps, they've actually got kids in the camp in this one. Most of the times it's just been the counsellors, and they got taken out before the kids have even arrived. Well, the kids have arrived in this one. And you do question a couple of times in the conclusion of the film, are they actually going to do it? Is Jason going to take out a little kiddie? And I'm not worried about spoilers for a film this old. He doesn't, but that doesn't mean, if you like, that you don't feel a little bit of tension as to whether he's going to or not. And also, as well, there's some impressive scenes at the end with like the sheriff trying to chase down Jason, etc., and some of the other sheriffs. And, there are some decent moments of tension. So the film does try to deliver in the conclusion of the film in regards to that. And it's, for me, I didn't expect that, because early on I thought it was the tone and the humour and all that kind of stuff had removed any kind of fear factor that you had in regards to, Jason and stuff. So yeah, I thought, this was the best version of Tommy that we'd got in this film. I mean, in 2 films ago, he was a 10-year-old kid sort of thing. In the last one, he was a troubled teenager. And to be fair, he didn't do a huge amount in that film. This time, you get the fully fledged Tommy. I'm not even going to go anywhere near the timelines, because while this was made in 1986, I think by this point, the timeline's in the 90s, I think. But yeah, we got a fully fledged Tommy in this one, which was decent. I quite like the sheriff as well in this one. He didn't take any crap, sort of thing. There was like a final girl as well as this one. I think it was Megan, the sheriff's daughter. And she kind of is attracted to Tommy, even though everything and everybody is telling her that he's dangerous and he could be a killer and all this sort of stuff. But, she likes the cut of his jib, so she's not really listening. And she's right, really, because he wasn't dangerous. He is trying to do the right thing, even though he's the one that raised Jason from the dead in the first place. So, yeah, this is a fun entry. If this is the direction they're going in now in regards to tongue-in-cheek, humorous tone, self-aware, all that kind of stuff, then I think I'm going to enjoy the ones that are coming up. And I'm quite looking forward to checking out the next one. Let me know in the comments what the next one is like, and I will get it watched and reviewed for you guys as soon as possible. So thanks for joining me for this review.